Hi everyone, Mochismo Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. Let's talk about how narcissists hide behind mental health. How the narcissist hides behind the tomb of mental health. Because that's in fact what it is for them. It's a tomb. It's a death tomb. And later on in the video, I'll try to express to you why it's a death tomb. But first of all, I want to express to you how they hide behind this tomb of mental health. And I do mean tomb, T-O-M-B, like a vault. You know, because a vault, which holds valuable things like currency, money, diamonds, jewelry, documents. Try to go in the bank and walk past the cashiers towards the back room, towards the vault. See what happens. I wouldn't recommend it. But panic alarm, security guards, you may get shot, stunned, tased. You never know. Wouldn't want to do that. That's an analogy of trying to speak about what I'm speaking about. But I shall speak about it. Now, triggering anyone here who genuinely has mental health issues, this doesn't pertain to you. So, we're talking about narcissists who hide behind mental health labels. And some of you all who have mental health issues that don't include narcissist or narcissism, you may want to try God. You may want to pray to God, because I believe all and every mental health that exists on planet Earth is nothing short of a demonic overthrow of some sort. It is an evil possession that tells you that you are this, you are that, when in fact you are suppressing and denying what God says about you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're made in His image, in His likeness. Now, try to embrace His definition of you. That'll dig you out of that hole quick. May not happen overnight, but if you embrace this, what the book says about you, how you were created in His image. Because if you can embrace what the doctor and the psychologist has told you, and you have gone about your life, even though these feelings you feel are real, nobody is denouncing or dismissing the feelings you have. Feelings are real, whether real or imagined. If you say you feel some kind of way, this is how you feel. Now, if you've gone to a doctor and he's putting a label on you, and you have embraced his label that he's put on you because it seems to make sense what you are doing by way of behavior, so you readily embrace what he said about you. Well, God said something about you before the doctor ever came along. He said you were behaving a certain way. You were sinful, and He asked you to start looking at things His way, and He would remove these things that are oppressing you. You see the correlation? He said, whose report will you believe? Will you believe man or what I say about you? And often in this society, this is what we do, believe what man says about us. Just like we did about the narcissists. We believe everything they told us. We're no good, never going to amount to anything. If they got a stronghold on you like that. And they're good at manipulating your essence, your value. Okay, let's go back to what we were talking about. They hide behind mental health. And it's a delicate, sensitive subject. Nobody is defending narcissistic personality disorder abuse victims, such as us. And you know why they don't? Because we don't play up under that umbrella of poor me, poor me. We just basically say, this person did this to me. They manipulated my whole life. Because we can talk in context, we can look a person straight in the eye with little to probably no overt emotion. We can just say, I'm awakened to this, and this is what we can tell people exactly what has been done to us. You know what most people do? They'll look at us like, if they had been through all of this, they wouldn't be sitting there, standing there, talking straight face to me like that. I just don't see no signs of abuse, because the abuse, what they're looking for, is not like the abuse that the world is looking for, or the world defines abuse as. They don't see the scarring. They don't see the bruising. And for the life of them, they cannot accept the fact that this is an emotional, psychological abuse. That just doesn't cut the mustard for people. Because guess what they do? They suppress the truth. They hold the truth in subjection. And guess what God does when you start suppressing the truth of what somebody is telling you? And you believe the lie of the liar. He'll take your mind and he'll allow you to lose it. That's why when you say he done lost his mind, yeah, that's what they mean. You're no longer yourself. You are a robot. You've given your life over to the hands of some entity that is no more better to control your life and lead you through this valley of the shadow of death than you were yourself. You've handed the keys over to someone else to negate to you what and when you should do something. The doctors say you crazy, you got schizophrenia, you got bipolar, you got depression, you got this. You right way accept that. You take that script to the drugstore and you get that medication, you go home, you pop them pills, and then you lay around, or you smoke that bag of marijuana, you drink that case of beer, you drink that gallon of wine or a gallon of liquor, and you stroll around on your phone, hunting victims that will help you feel better about your depressive state, hunting victims that are like-minded, people who can't raise and elevate you out of your situation. You flock to people who are like-minded. This is abrasive, but I have to tell you, wake up, oh sleeper. Wake up. And a lot of us who've been abused by these, we're narcissist survivors from narcissistic abuse. Some of us are under those same curses of the doctor told me I had ADHD, I had repressed whatever trauma, to which these are probably valid diagnoses. This is not what we're not denouncing their diagnosis. What we're saying is how we've readily embraced what these people have said and endorsed about us. We even helped them endorse this label. And we skip on out of the office. And you ever notice most of us, if some of us here who can attest to what I'm saying, that have these dilemmas like ADHD, bipolar, whatever you want to say, whatever you deal with, you can recite what you have better than the doctor can. And somebody asks you, well, what does that mean? ADHD or schizophrenia, and you will go on to diagnose yourself or repeat and reiterate verbatim what that doctor told you. But God only gave you, he told you in one sentence, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You're created in the image of God. He loves you. He cares about you. He wants the best for you. And he says, lean not on your own understanding, but in all things acknowledge me, and I will direct your paths. That's all you have to do. And if you don't do this, this is the results of it. It's either or. It's a choice. It's free will. I'm not here to push anything on anybody, but I'm actually just embracing what I believe God is truly, genuinely saying to humanity. Just act upon his wishes. Give him a try, just like you've given everything else in the world a try. You have to understand this is not your world. You're just in it. This is Satan's world. And that in itself, be mindful, because you want somebody ruling over you that's oppressive, that's dictating every step you make, and you willingly abide by them. Read the book of the Bible, where the Israelites, the chosen, were oppressed by the Egyptians. Someone came to lead them out, Moses. Led them out. They got tired. They got hungry, weary, exhausted, and they lost heart. Wasn't the physical food they were starving for. They were starving for the familiar. Because change is so hard, man. That's the metaphor. That's the metaphor. That they were struggling physically, but spiritually they began to get weak and hungry. And he only gave them one request: just keep going. It will be all worth it. And even when they saw the promised land, they could see it, but they never achieved it. That's like you and I. We can see our destination. God has planted it in our head that we have that destination afar. But there are some things that we're gonna have to walk it out in order to be able to see that destination come to be a reality. But in the meantime, the joy of just walking with your hand in God's hand, knowing that a lot of these things that we struggle with by mental health or uncertainty, we like to say, all that mental health is an uncertainty. It's an uncertainty of the mind. It's a panic of the mind. It's a fretful heart. I panic sometimes. I fret sometimes. I go on in tangents sometimes. But the difference is, man, when you got peace in your heart, man, nothing compares to it. Nothing compares to it. And you say, well, geez, more peace. How do you know you got peace? How do I know I got peace? I'm not overly concerned about anything. Am I concerned about things? I am. I don't pull my hair out. Well, no hair. I'm not pulling my hair out of my head because I can't get or this is not happening. I am concerned when those things happen, of course. I'm not going to harm anybody else. I'm not going to insult anyone else. I'm not going to mistreat someone else because I'm not having what I believe are my needs being met. So the narcissist hides behind mental health, and they're insulated behind mental health. Because again, if anyone dare commit to exposing and talking in regards to this, like I am, on a platform of sorts, in front of an audience of naysayers, it's 2023, but you'll probably get stoned. Or whatever they got in their hand to throw at you. They'll throw their cell phone at you. They're holding a bottle of a drink, cans. They'll throw everything at you. They will charge you like a wild animal. Let me show you the difference of a person who has peace and a person who doesn't. They would charge at the person who is genuinely, respectively speaking about this thing I'm speaking about. Not deliberately to offend anyone specifically other than the narcissist, to expose the narcissist. It'll only take one narcissist to get jacked up, and he'll lead the flock. Even if you ain't a narcissist, you'll find yourself following the narcissist to crucify the person who is really, in essence, exposing the two dynamics of genuinely having a mental health ailment and using mental health labels to sugarcoat your narcissism or your narcissist disorder. You won't last 5 minutes exposing these people on a large platform. And I looked on this other phone, this phone. I was trying to Google, is there a day trying to find the right word. Is there a day negated for narcissist survival and narcissistic personality disorder abuse? And I pulled up and it says June 1st, 2024. So I think June 1st is the National Narcissistic Abuse Survival Awareness Day. Let's see how much attention that gets. I doubt if it's going to get a whole bunch of attention. And then they have tattoos here that symbolize narcissist abuse survivor. Any of you all contemplating trying to get a tattoo of this? I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, if you do, that's fine and well. That's your choice. But it's not a badge of honor to run around. Well, I guess that's kind of like being a tad flagrant, because we have people here with merch and everything displaying narcissist survivor. To me, I just think on the side of wisdom, some of the things that we've endured by way of this is already an atrocious, secretly well hidden, and they want to keep it hidden, demonic disorder. So for me, I just think, I wouldn't advertise the word, because what we have is a secret weapon. And it is just like a KGB agent. You have to actually go under cover with this in many respects. It's not a matter of you being a coward. It's not a matter of you trying to keep it under the hat, because you're not okay with it. That's not the point. The point is, the narcissist, when they know you become a target. And you don't want to have yourself an open target for people that you don't even know that are out to get you. You have enough of that already, because in general, they are out to get you. Don't compound it. And that's just my only sentiment by saying that. So back to what I'm saying. And if you should rock your sweatshirts or whatever, narc be gone, whatever you want to say, little sayings, that's fine. But me personally, I just, not at this point in my life, I don't think that is something that God would want me to do, on the side of the wisdom that he's given me with that. And it's just how I'm built. There are people, and I'm going to tell you another reason why that probably not a wise decision to make, because you have narcissists that are rocking that same thing. And this is going back to the initial title of this video. Narcissists hide behind the vault, the tomb of mental health. They will actually get in and campaign against domestic violence, battered women's awareness, domestic violence awareness day. They will sit there, set up a table, t-shirts, help sell this, that, other for awareness, armbands, pencils, you name it. And most of which who are spearheading this are narcissists. They'll take a seemingly genuine situation or endeavor, be it domestic violence, which is a very, very, it's an atrocious thing too. I am an abuser of domestic violence, once over with my first wife. And that has never been, a secret. It's over 20 some years ago. Nonetheless, I don't downplay it. It's not okay. It's not cool. I am the first to say that ain't cool. Went through a heck of a battle with alcohol, and people would think, oh, you made a choice. It wasn't alcohol. Well, alcohol motivated the mindset in that respect. So, alcohol did go hand in hand. It was a choice to drink. It was a choice to consume. But alcoholism, drug addiction, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't give you a memo. I'm coming to abuse you. Almost like the narcissist. No one drinks and begin to drink when they come of age, thinking I'm gonna be abusive man or woman. I'm gonna be an alcoholic. So that being the case, I don't condone domestic violence at all. And my dad did that to my mom coming up, and I didn't think I'd be that guy, but here I am. But 20-some years later, God is good, and I'm here to tell you, this is how the narcissist hides behind these type of things, these noteworthy causes, and they pretend that they are, in fact, a victim, when in fact, they're the culprit. How do you tell? How do you tell the difference? I'll tell you how you tell the difference. Just pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention and let God show you. Those two things have to go hand in hand. First of all, if you're paying attention, that means you're being submissive under God's authority and allowing him to show you. Ask him to show you. If he woke you up out of a narcissistic abuse relationship, you better damn well believe you need to follow his guidance, because he didn't wake you up for you to go back to sleep or to nod off under the wheel. Because this is something that's so pervasive in our society. These hospitals, I've talked about them a million times, and I'm going to keep talking about them. Mental health, healthcare in general. Look at it like this. Healthcare is just an extension of what a church is. They prey on vulnerable people. Stay healthy. If you get sick, stay vigilant. Don't just go in there and let your guard completely down because you're under the care of physicians, pediatricians, nurses, doctors, anesthesiologists. Take somebody to the hospital with you. That can be your eyes and ears, man. I've read situations where a person went in to get an amputation, and it was supposed to be the left leg, and they took the right leg. Who does that? I got thinking, man, was he a narcissist? Did he just want to cause this overwhelming grief in this person when they woke up to discover their right leg was gone? And in fact, their left leg had to be taken initially, which didn't. Took the wrong leg, so initially they're without any legs. He said, wow, that's dark. Here we are. The darkest thing that you can imagine on earth. The darkest horror movie you've ever watched can't hold a candle to a narcissist. And in most cases, these movies that I just spoke of, they were probably inspired by a narcissist. I don't watch horror movies anymore. Even before the narcissist abuse. I think one particular series I used to watch, Wrong Turn. and these movies are so insidious and funny, and these inbred people are just quacks, man. You find yourself, instead of being scared and petrified, you're laughing. You're laughing, but you're on the edge of the seat, anticipating something else stupid happening in the movie. So you start salivating. You're beginning to like the dynamics and the narrative of this movie. And we talk about it, me and my kids, often about this narrative of the Wrong Turn, and to which we don't desire to watch it anymore. My kids, I'm sure they watch different things that I probably don't watch and probably won't ever desire to watch again, but they don't watch it here. So I'm only responsible for a certain amount of things in life, and they do have a mother, they do have friends, they are exposed to life, so I have to let them live a life, but continue to learn them and guide them about things that are just superficial and are leading them in ways that they can't really see right away. So that's what we come in as adults. We have to help them see the bigger picture. So I just need you guys to know, man, the narcissist will hide behind the tomb of mental health. So beware of this. Don't let your thought process go to sleep. That being said, bless.